Paris J. I'm the one that starts the party. I'm the one that keeps you talking. I'm the one that keeps it popping. Paris J in your city. I'm so trendy, trendy. I'm a trendy girl. I'm trendy, trendy. I'm a trendy girl. Cash check me in your city. Chicky tongue.
The enemy came up against your home. The enemy came up against your children. The enemy came up against your name. The enemy came up against your character. You will win. You will win.
Hello, I am your host, Paris J, and welcome to Paris J's Music Notes. Today, I am here with Jekalyn Carr, #1 Billboard artist for gospel. How are you, Jekalyn?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. It's an honor to meet you today. For my first question is, I just want to know, how old were you when you began singing in church?
I was 5 years old.
I started singing young in the church, too. I was 3 years old, so I grew up in the church, so I'm mostly, gospel is where it starts for me. Do you have a certain, maybe tactic that you use while performing to avoid, tiring yourself?
While performing, I think it's just pacing myself, and then afterwards, just making sure I get the proper rest. I have a busy schedule, and so in between times, I try to make sure that I get as much rest as I can so that I can be rejuvenated for the next assignment.
So what advice would you get a new artist who's trying to get out there no matter what the genre is?
I think #1, you got to have the right people on your team. You got to make sure that those who's on your team has your vision at heart just as much as you do. It has to be a part of them, because when it's a part of them, they push you, they make sure that everything is right. A lot of people, they see me out front, but they never see those who's working behind the scenes, staying up sometimes all night to make sure that emails are sent and just things are done. And so I think it's very imperative that you have the right people working for you, and you have to be patient. A lot of us, we wish that things can happen for us overnight. Sometimes they do, but most of the time we have to be very patient and go through that stage where we're being prepped for our success. That way, when we do become successful, we stay there. We don't lose that place, but we keep going higher and higher and higher.
It takes a lot of hard work to do this. You have to stay into it. You can't just give up just because it doesn't come when you want it to. You have to stay focused on it.
Ever since I can remember, all I wanted to do was to give people hope through my gifts. And a lot of times, although I speak, I can't go everywhere, but my music apparently goes a lot of places that I can't go. So I love to give people inspiration, even through my music. That's why you hear songs like Greater Is Coming, It's Yours, You Will Win, You're Bigger, just to build people, because I believe that is what my assignment is, to build people and to help them become aware of who they are and all that they are supposed to acquire in life.
This whole campaign is basically on anti-bullying and trying to prevent bullying. So what are your thoughts on bullying, and what advice would you give people who are going through a situation involving bullying?
Yeah, that's a position that no one wants to be in. As far as advice on giving a person who is dealing with that, #1, you have to say something. Don't go through that without anybody knowing you're experiencing that. And then #2, don't allow what the bullies say and what they do to make you feel like you're nobody. You are somebody. You are strong. You were born to be great. You were born to be successful in life. A lot of times I tell people, bullies, sometimes they pick on people who they know that are chosen, who they know are supposed to be successful. And so you just have to change your perspective and say, listen, no, I know what you said, but I was born to be something great in life. And greatness is already in me, and I'm going to make sure that I get everything that I was born to get. And that's my advice.
What advice would you give students to remain motivated no matter their circumstances they face out of school?
Number one, you got to surround yourself with the right people, you know, especially like you said, as we're out of school, there's so many things that we could get into. Some things are positive and most things are negative, you know, but you got to make sure that you're around the right people that's continuing to push you and make sure that you're held accountable, because again, you know, when you have those accountability partners in your life, those people are assigned to make sure that you get to your destination. And what I mean by that is you reach the goals that you desire to reach in life, you know. So you got to make sure that you not only listen but you apply it to your life, because it can take you a long way.
Well, thank you for joining to the show today. And before we end this, I would like to sing your song "Greater Is Coming," because when I was younger, every month I would go to church. Every Sunday I would sing a solo, and I would always sing that song because I could relate to it. So this is an honor, really meeting you. I appreciate this opportunity, and I would just want to see if you could sing "Greater Is Coming" with me, just the first part.
Sure, absolutely.
If it had not been for the shaking, I would have been ready for the making. If it had not been for the beating, I would have never knew how anointed I would be. Oh yeah. If it had not been for the pressing, I know I'd be able to walk into my destiny. He's preparing me, preparing me, preparing me for greater. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in to Parish J's Music Notes.
Something long and hard. If you believe in something with all your heart, it shall come to pass. I see miracles, I see miracles, I see miracles happening for you. I see miracles, I see miracles happening for you. If you believe in something long and hard, if you believe in something with all your heart, it shall